Hi, welcome back. So today we'll be completing more of the SQL 50. In the last video we had completed all of advanced selects and joins, and we should be moving on to subqueries. But actually today we will move on to advanced string functions, regular expressions, and clause. The only reason for that is because you clearly see we have 6 easy questions here and 1 medium, as opposed to 5 medium, 1 hard, and 1 easy. So let's begin. Advanced string functions, regular expression, and clause. The first question being fixed names in a table. Let's get rid of the solution. And let's just read out what we have. Okay, actually first let me do something. Okay. We have a table called users with 2 attributes, that being a user ID and a name, each being an integer and a variable char respectively. User ID is a primary key for the table, and the table contains the ID and the name of the user. The name is all lowercase and uppercase characters. We have to write a solution to fix the names so that the first character is always uppercase and the rest of the characters in the name are all lowercase. So if you notice, we have Alice here, but we actually need to become in this form with capital first letter and the rest lowercase letter. Okay. So obviously we need to select the user ID as evident from the output on the left. So select user ID from users. Right, that's what we need to do. Now, how do we grab or how do we convert the name to be both a uppercase in the first character and lowercase in the rest of the characters? Well, here's the thing. There's a function called substring. And the way substring works is you pass it an attribute or a column name. In this case, we'll pass it in name. And then you pass in how many characters you want to extract from name. In this case, I want to extract 1 character starting from the first character. This will give me... 1 second, I just need to do something. As I was saying, the substring name 11 will grab the first character from the name column, and it'll only grab 1 character. So let's just do that, and I will run the function. Well, run the query, I should say. You notice we only get A and B, but at least we're getting something, right? We're getting the first character. Now the only thing you have to do to fix that is wrap that around the upper function. Okay, and if I run this, I now get A and B as I should. The first character must be capitalized. But why don't I just copy the same thing I did? So again, substring. I'll pass in name. And this time I'll pass in just 2, and I won't pass anything as the third. What is the word? Not argument. Wait. A function takes parameters. When you assign those parameters, they are arguments. Alright, yeah, so I will not pass in the third argument. I will just pass in substring and name 2. What this will do is it will look at the name column and it will grab from the second character all the way to the end. So now when I just need to do that. Now notice, I get upper substring name 11 and A, and then I get substring name 2 lice and OV. But that's what I need, right? So now clearly, only thing I have to do is wrap this in the lower function and run it again. And there we go, A, Liz, B, Ob, Alice, and Bob. Now this is not what we want. We need these to be 1 attribute and not 2 separate attributes or columns. What if we just did plus and we tried running that? Well, that just didn't give us anything. It seems like it's doing arithmetic in terms of integers or numerics. So instead what we have to do is wrap it in what is called the concatenation function. Now once we do that, I'll have to obviously pass the comma here to say which I am trying to concatenate A. So this is A. I'm trying to concatenate A with this as B. Okay. And then obviously I need to do an alias as name. And there we go. Alice, Bob, user ID 1 and 2. I'll hit enter to submit it. A wrong answer. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what's going on. Okay. I need to go back. I need to order by user ID. I do not see that down here. Order by user ID. A goofy mistake, but very well done. Let's just look at other solutions because I don't really see another way that this can be done. Left and right. Okay, so same thing as mine. Yeah, they all seem to be the same. Okay. Okay, that's good. First submission completed. A little goofy error on my part. Let's go to the next question. I'll remove this solution. And I actually need some coffee. And the question is called patients with a condition. We have a table called patients with 3 attributes or 3 columns: patient ID, patient name, and conditions. An integer, a variable char, and a variable char. Now, patient ID is a primary key, okay. Conditions contain 0 or more code separated by spaces. And this table contains information of the patients in the hospital. We have to write a solution to find the patient ID, patient name, condition of the patient who have type 1 diabetes, and it says type 1 diabetes always starts with the prefix DRB1. Diabetes type 1. Okay. And here's an example. So how do we do that? Okay, this is quite difficult. So obviously we need to select all the columns or all the attributes, so we can do a select star from patients. Okay, and that will give us everything. Now we need to filter it down to where the condition like is a regular expression match, essentially. So when we say like, we can pass in something we want to match. In this case, DRB1. And I'll pass in the percentage sign, which states once you match this, match anything after that. But we can't stop there. We also have to do an OR conditions like, and then again. And this time, I will have to pass in the percent sign, DRB1, and the percent sign again. This simply states if there's anything that precedes diabetes, match it. And this one states anything that precedes diabetes, also match it. One second, my dog's being weird. She just wanted to be let into her room. Okay. And we see the test case passed, so let's submit. Okay, successful completion. Let's move on to the next question. I'm just going to get rid of this. Sure, okay. We have one table called person, and it has 2 values, 2 attributes, or 2 columns, an ID of integer, an email of variable char. And we are told the ID is a primary key for the table. Each row of the table contains an email, and the email will not contain uppercase letters. Write a solution to delete, to delete all duplicate emails, keeping only one unique email with the smallest ID, okay. And then it says for SQL users, we need to use delete, whereas for pandas users, we need to modify person in place. After running our script, the answer is shown in the person table. The driver will first compile and run your piece of code and then show, okay, so nothing really for us to worry about there. So typically we'll do a select, right? But because we need to delete information, we need to do a delete, okay? And what are we going to delete? Let's see. We need to delete basically everything in a given row. So what we can do is delete from person as P1. I want to delete everything, okay? I'm going to delete everything. And then I'll do something else. I'll do another table, which is the same table, person as P2. And that will delete everything and it will have no effect on the P2 table because right now I'm not using it, okay? But what if I want to filter it down? I only want to delete it where P1.email is equal to P2.email. So we have matching rows. And P1.id is greater than P2.id, okay? This ensures we don't just keep on deleting each and every row that we encounter. And successful. There we go, and if we submit this, and we get a completed successful submission. Next question. I'll get rid of that. Okay. Second highest salary. ID is a primary key for this table. Each row of this table contains information about the salary of an employee. You have to write a solution to find the second highest salary from the employee table. If there is no second highest salary, we simply return null, which is equivalent to none in pandas. And then we have an example. We have the salary being 100, 200, and 300. 300 is the highest, but obviously we return the second highest, so we return 200. This one is quite straightforward. Let's actually just select max of salary as salary from employee, okay? Let's do this. This is obviously not what they want, but let's just do this. And it's wrong because we obviously return 300 when we should return 200. But now, using the subquery, we can do something. We can say select max salary as, and I'll just copy this, second highest salary. Right, we just pass it in as that from employee. But obviously, if I just run this function, what's going to happen? Again, I'm just going to grab that 300 value, which is not what I want. So instead, I'll do this. I'll filter it down and say where salary not in, and I'll just cut this. So now what's going to happen is it's going to see 300, right? And 300 is the highest. But because in the subquery 300 exists here, it's going to say, wait a minute, I can't grab 300. Okay, but what's the next best salary I can grab? The next highest. In this case, it should be 200. So if we run this, as expected, we get a successful test result run. Now let's submit it. And there we go. Pretty good. All done. Let's move on to the next question. All right. Let me just check something. Okay. Group sold products by the date. Okay, there's no primary key for this table. It may contain duplicates. Each row of this table contains a product name and the date it was sold in a given market. We need to write a solution to find for each date the number of different products sold and their names. The sold product's name for each date should be sorted lexicographically. Return the result table ordered by sell date. And then we have an example down here. Okay. This is an easy question, but it was honestly quite a bit to write if I remember correctly. I need to grab, let me see, I need to grab the sell date and the product sold. Okay, so sell date, and then I need to grab the product sold. Even if I do a count, okay, so the first two parts are quite easy. So if I just do select sell date, okay, select sell date from the activities table, and if I order by sell date, if I just run that, it's obviously going to be wrong, and obviously it's wrong, okay. And the next part's quite easy. I need to simply do a count, because if we notice here, we are actually counting the number of objects, or I should say items sold. I need to count distinct products as numbers sold. But then I obviously have to wrap everything using a group by, and I'll group by sell date. Okay. And so far, okay, we got the first two attributes right. Okay, sell date and number sold, sell date and number sold. Now here's the annoying part. We need to do the products table. Remember earlier we had done the concatenation, which took A and B and returned their result. Well, there's one more called a group concatenation. You can pass in a query to the group Let me drink some coffee. My lips are dry. So you can pass in a query to the group concatenation function, and it will take the result of that query and concatenate the values, which is what we want. So if I pass a comma and I create another column or attribute, I call the group concat function, and I do a distinct product, okay, as products. And if I try submitting this, we get a successful output. The sold product's name should be sorted lexicographically. Okay, so I should probably do an order by. Okay, and I'll submit. Again with this nonsense. And there we go, an accepted submission. We can go on to the next question. And I'll get rid of that. The question that we have been asked is list the products ordered in a period. Okay, and we have two tables. Product ID is a primary key for the first table, and it contains information about the company's products. The next table is called orders with three attributes: a product ID, an order date, and a unit. This table may have duplicate rows, and product ID is a foreign key, so a reference column to the products table. Unit is the number of products ordered in the order date. Okay. And then all we have to do is write a solution to get the name of products that have at least 100 units ordered in February 2020 and the amount ordered. And then we have an example output down here. LeetCode solutions and LeetCode kit. Okay, LeetCode trying to get me to advertise for them. Pretty smart marketing there in their questions. Okay. So let me think. Because we have duplicates, we'll need a distinct, and then obviously we need to do a sum so we can obviously add all the values of units sold. Okay. So if I were to do a select distinct, then I pass in products dot product name, and you'll see why I am doing a alias here, or should I say prepending it with the table name. You'll see why in a while, because I understand that we need to use that foreign key. Orders.unit as, it's just unit or units? Unit as unit, not units. Okay. From products, right? From products, definitely. From products, okay. But now we need to do a join. We need to join orders on product dot product ID, so that reference column that we have, which is equal to orders dot product ID. And now let's just run this. It's a very straightforward join here. Unknown column products. Oh, okay. No, it's right. Unknown column product dot product ID. Products or product name? Select distinct products or product name from products. Oh, okay, the problem's down here. And it's clearly wrong as expected. If we come down here, we only get one thing, and that's LeetCode Solutions 505, which is not what we want. Okay, we obviously missed something. We need to do a group by to ensure that we sum for each column passed in the group by clause. In this case, orders.product ID, okay? Because that's what we are obviously trying to count. And we come down here and we get something. We have HP, we have Joules of Strigonology, LeetCode Kit, which is what we want, LeetCode Solutions, and Lenovo. And it's right, 130 and let's see, 100. Oh, that's wrong. 130 and 100. LeetCode Kit. Oh, okay, I know what's happening. Okay. There's one more part that we need to do. We only need to do this part, so all of this, ordered in February and the amount, provided that the sum is greater than 99. So how do we do that? Well, remember, on joins, we can further specify conditions for the join. We don't just need to stop on what we are joining on. So if I did an AND, right, I can do this. I can say, I forget the function name. Let me think. Where's my phone? Ugh. I need to grab the year and the month, but I forget what the function name is. Okay. Let's see. I hate searching for queries on my phone. Okay, my SQL functions for dates. Let's see. Anything good going on here? For some reason, my Wi-Fi has been slow. Which isn't a bad problem to have. I mean, Wi-Fi being slow is not a big deal. Okay, here we go. Date functions. 2 month dates. I know what you called. Just need to look around for you. Okay, I found it. Great. So we go to and we pass in a function called extract. Now what extract will do is it will take some value and it will extract something from it. In this case, you'll pass in another function called year month, which obviously will extract a year and the given month from something. So if we do extract year month from orders.orderDate, we will get the year and the month from orders.orderDate. But we have to ensure that it's only 202002. So the year 2020 and the second month, so 02, because that's what it says in our query, February 2020, February given being it is the second month. And let me see this. Let's try running that. This will not work actually because I just read here something. This will not work, but however, we did greatly filter down our solution. And now if you see, we have LeetCode Kit 100 and LeetCode Solutions 130, which is actually what we want. But there is one more thing that we need to do. We need to do, after our group Y, because we did the sum function, right? We just have to do the having clause. Having sum of orders dot unit greater than 99. And there we go, a successful test case run, because as you see, we must have at least 100 units. So let's submit that and see if we get it right. And successful submission, so we can finally move on to the last question. Find users with valid emails. Now, this is an easy problem. Nothing easy about it, okay? You need to understand regular expressions. Alright, if I gave you, let me just stretch. If I told you that this is my regular expression, so let's say my regular expression, regex is, that's wrong, regular expression is equal to a star, what does that mean, okay? What will this match? Well, this will match anything from 0 instances of a to an infinite number of instances of a, which means it'll match nothing, so the empty string, it'll match 1a, it'll match 2 a's, it'll match 3 a's, and it will match an infinite number of a's, okay? So you have to have a basic understanding of regular expressions, which is something I cannot teach in this given moment. But anyway, let's go to the users table. User ID is the primary key for this table, and this table contains information of the users signed up in a website. Some emails are invalid. Write a solution to find the users who have a valid email. And now we have the conditions that makes an email valid. It must have a prefix name and a domain. And the prefix name is a string that may contain letters, both uppercase, lowercase, digits, underscores, the period, the underscore, and or the dash character. But the prefix must start with a letter, nothing else. The domain, the only one that's valid here is .leetcode.com, okay? And we can return the result table in any order. And then we have our input and our output. So clearly we need to select star from users, right? So select star from users, where male, and now we need to specify the conditions. And the way we do that is by saying regular expression, and then we pass in some expression within parentheses. And I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. I know I need to start at the beginning of the string. Okay, so that states the beginning of the string. And I obviously need to start with a letter, so that's easy. That's A to Z, so match any uppercase letter A to Z, but also match any letter lowercase, so A to Z. Okay, that I know. And then I can match anything that is a letter, a digit, an underscore, a period, and a dash. Okay. So the second part is quite simple. Again, I'll open up my parentheses, my square brackets, and I'll repeat the same thing. After I match a successful letter, I then can match anything, be it a letter, be it a number, so 0 to 9, be it an underscore, be it the backslash, be it the dot. What else? Backslash dot. And I can match that. Remember I told you that a star from earlier? I can match that any number of times, so 0 to infinite number of times. But this will only match the prefix name. Now here's an easier part. After that, I definitely want to match at LeetCode, okay? And it needs to be leetcode.com. So if we just pass leetcode.com, that should work, right? That should work. Hey, there we go. Okay, leetcode.com, yeah. Because they all are leetcode.com. And if I submit this, because it has to be leetcode.com, Input output. So they expect. So it doesn't have to be leetcode.com. This test case 24 failed. Okay. The domain is leetcode.com. Let me see. So this is the issue I'm having after LeetCode. The domain is okay. I'll submit this again. Okay, here we go. The input is user ID 1, name Winston, Winston at leetcode.com. And the output should be the exact same thing. However, it expects nothing. No, but I'm right because .com should not match that unless I need to wrap you in parentheses. Is that the issue? Still wrong. Okay, do I need to wrap you in square brackets? I just hope I don't have to do even more filtering because I don't want to go look around online for what it is I need to do. Yeah, now I just failed the first one. Okay, so it's definitely not that. Okay. Alright, the only thing I can do is open my phone and look at how to write a regular expression because that's not working. Okay. Let's see. MySQL regular expression. Let's look at the reference manual. So in imatch.com, oh, is it? Oh, dot will match an instance of anything, I think. So what I'll have to do actually is pass you in parentheses that, and com, right? And then that should work. No. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be honest with you. I have no idea why this last section is not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consult Doctor's Google and see what Google can tell me about it. Or more specifically, I'll just ask Bing because this is annoying me. And I don't want to sit through the reference manual and read everything. Okay. Let's see. So apparently, Doctor's Google says that after I paste all of this into the question, I need to keep that, but then I add question mark // with a $sign. I'll be honest, I don't even understand this last part here, but let's see. Okay, accepted, but that's nothing new. Let's actually submit you. Maybe it wasn't a good idea for me to take away my submission. And there we go. So I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's happening here, but I'll have to look it up because I know at some point I knew what it did, but now I don't remember. And there we go, we are done. So if we go back, we have completed all of the advanced string functions and regular expressions and clauses. So the last one we have to do is tackle subqueries, which is 5 medium questions, 1 hard and 1 easy. And this department top 3 salaries, I don't think it was as hard as I remember, but that is a story for tomorrow. So yeah, this is where we stop.